Namaskar friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. In this video we will have our discussion on how to understand your public image or the fame prospects from Vedic astrology, because ever since I uploaded this video on my channel on about how to see the signs of making a successful career in the film and the television industry, so a lot of you who have appreciated the video, who have also commented on the video. So the common pattern which is running in that video's comment section is about to understand your fame prospects. So I just thought of that this video might do the needful, might also add to your research base, and at the same time while doing a research on the charts of the famous and successful celebrities, so I found some kind of relevance over there. So I just thought that it's better that I should share it with you people as well. So guys, to begin with, first of all, you have to understand this thing that when we talk about your real personality, I'm not talking about the projected personality. First, let's try to understand your true innate personality. Because when we talk about the planetary alignments in the ascendant chart, in the Lagna chart, that tells about your personality, the outer manifestation of your personality. But how does your soul reverberates inside your this temporary physical body, that we get to know from the D9 chart. So I mean to say, someone, let's say for example, who project himself as a very holy, as a very saintly person, but once you get deep into his life, you will get to know that he has nothing to do with the spirituality. All what he do is that his maneuvers just manifest that form of his personality. So I mean to say, he might have a strong planetary alignments or the spiritual planetary alignments in the main ascendant chart, but in the D9 chart he might have all those benefic planets in severe affliction. So that is going to give you this impression that the ascendant chart just tells about the outer manifestation of your personality, and the planetary alignments in the D9 chart just tells about the way your soul reverberates, the way planetary alignments infuses the energy. Now guys, but our today's discussion is about understanding that whatsoever your aura, your personality, your aspirations are, how the world sees you, how the world perceives your name, your impression, that is something which we have to discuss today. So guys, in our Vedic astrology, the concept which can help you understand this is the Arudha Lagna. So when we talk about the Arudha Lagna is a kind of illusion which is created around you, the way the glasses via which the world sees you, the world perceives you. So to begin with, how to calculate the Arudha Lagna? These days, because of all the softwares, you can calculate that by from the software as well, but important is which all parameters to even look at that chart once you have formed that. And let's say for example, all those people who still rely on the manually calculating the details, so the concept or the calculation part is very simple. All what you have to do is that you have to give attention to your ascendant lord in the chart. So let's say for example, in your D1 chart you have got the Aries ascendant, and your ascendant lord Mars is, let's say for example, placed in the third house. So all what you have to do is that you have to see where your ascendant lord, how many places it has gone from the ascendant. So just because your ascendant lord is placed in the third house, so from the first house, from the ascendant, it has gone 3 houses ahead. So all what you have to do is that wheresoever your ascendant lord is placed, you have to go the same number of places from there. So for someone who has his ascendant lord placed in the third house, so you will go 3 houses ahead of it, so you're going to reach the 5th house. So I mean to say, your Arudha Lagna or the Arudha ascendant sign is the sign falling on your 5th house for an Aries ascendant, which is the Leo sign. So I mean to say, wheresoever your planets in whichsoever signs are placed, they are going to place there only. All what you have to do is that now this sign you have to make as your ascendant, and then you have to do the assessment of your this newly obtained chart. I will give you one more example. So let's say for example, if in someone's case, if you have got a Cancer ascendant. And in the Cancer ascendant chart, let's say for example your ascendant Lord Moon is placed in the 9th house in the Pisces sign. So all what you have to do is that if you will count 9 houses from your ascendant Lord's placement in the 9th house. So guys, from the 9th house, if you will count the 9 houses again, you're going to reach the 5th house. So for a Cancer ascendant natives, in the 5th house you're going to find the Scorpio sign. So now what you have to do is that the planets, wheresoever they are placed in whichsoever signs, that alignment is going to remain the same. All what you have to do is you have to just make Scorpio as your ascendant as of your Arudha chart or as your Arudha Lagan, and then you have to do the assessment of that. Now guys, when we talk about your public image, when we talk about your fame prospects, so as I have explained in the video of a successful career in the film and television industry, I explained that the first house gives attention, or after that it's the 7th house, 10th house and 11th house, which also you have to give attention to, because 7th house tells about the way world perceives you, your relation with the world, with the public, with the world at large. When we talk about the 10th house tells about your activities, how it is getting scrutinized or monitored or perceived by the society, the influence or the impact which your deeds are going to create in the society. So because of which you have to also give attention to the 10th house, and at the same time you can give attention to the 11th house as well. So even in the Arudha chart, you have to give attention to your 1st house, you have to give attention to your 7th house, and you have to give attention to your 10th house and the 11th house, that how the world perceives you, what kind of illusion of your image goes in the society, goes in the world, which could be for your benefit as well, which could be against you as well. Like the way guys, I was telling you my case. So in my ascendant chart, it's like I have 4 benefic planets combined together in one house only. I mean to say, when we talk about that so-called the Saraswati Yoga, so I have Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter all placed in one sign. Rather, even if I will include the Chalit chart as well, so even Sun is combined with all these planets. And when I try to assess my Arudha chart, so all these planetary alignments are falling in the 9th house. So I mean to say, not only I am religious, but many times what happen is that even if I am meeting someone for the first time, they by themselves assumed me to be very religious. I was like, I do not even know you, I have not even shared much about me, how can you say that? So that is the kind of impression which goes in the world, which goes in the society. Now guys, the chart which we are going to take today for our assessment is going to be, first of all, to begin with, I will take up the case of one very afflicted public image, and I will take one example of a very respectable public image in the society. So, I mean to say, first we are going to take up the case of Donald Trump. Like, you have to have very strong planetary alignments to become a hateful person in the eyes of the whole world. See friends, that's a very obvious thing, that the US presidency seat is such an important seat that it not only creates an impact in the life of all the Americans, but at the same time it holds the weight, it holds the power to influence the whole world as well. So I mean to say, I even followed the US presidential debates when Donald Trump and Joe Biden was going through that rounds of the presidential debates as well. So his vision for his country, his vision for the whole world was not that bad. But the only problem is that the only thing which costed him the election was his hatefulness, the kind of hate which he has created around his aura, around his personality, or the way the world sees him. So that just intrigued me. I opened up his chart, I tried to see the corresponding Arudha chart as well, and I got all of my answers, which we will be discussing in this video. So guys, first we will have a quick look at his main ascendant chart. So as you can see over here, that he's born with the Leo ascendant. So guys, sometimes you have to understand this thing that, okay, taking into consideration all the Varga charts, all the nakshatras, that could help you for your spiritual evolution or your spiritual growth. But at the same time, while doing a quick character analysis, while trying to find the most important pressing answers of your life, so just the ascendant chart or quick look at ascendant chart is also capable enough of giving a quick idea about someone's innate personality as well. So just by looking at the ascendant, we get to know that yes, this guy has this personality of larger than life. He wants to live life like a king. He wants to have all the power, all the authority, all the decision making to himself. And at the same time, whichever planet is present in the ascendant, that planet brings out his personality. So I mean to say, just because he has Mars present in the ascendant, so that in itself tells about that little bit of the childlike, irritable nature, very spontaneous, very explosive, impulsive nature that we get to know just by the placement of the Mars in the first house. You will even see the in the 11th house for the Leo ascendant natives, when we talk about their finances, the second house and the 11th house is being ruled by the most intelligent planet, which is the planet Mercury. So as you can fairly see over here, in his 11th house you will find Mercury placed in its own sign. But friends, our today's discussion is about understanding his public image via his Arudha Lagan. So in order to calculate that, we have to give attention to where his ascendant lord is placed. So as you will see that his ascendant lord Sun is placed in the 10th house, which is making this person bit dutiful, and at the same time, just because his ascendant lord Sun is conjunct with the Rahu in the 10th house. So whatsoever major event is going to happen in his life, that could trigger in a very sudden, impulsive way. But at the same time, Sun being eclipsed by Rahu in the house of public activities is not a very good sign. But now guys, we will try to understand his Arudha chart, Arudha Lagan. So calculation part is not that complicated. All what you have to do is that if his ascendant lord has gone to the 10th house, so from the 10th house you have to count 10 more places, which is going to take you to his 7th house. So in the 7th house you will find the Aquarius sign. So now guys, what you have to do is that you have to make Aquarius as his ascendant of his Arudha chart, and now you have to give attention to the planetary alignments. So after doing that guys, now what we can see over here, as you can see that I have already explained you this thing, that whenever you have to do the assessment of the public image in the Arudha chart, you have to give attention to the 7th house and you have to give attention to the 10th house. So if you will see in his Arudha chart, in the 10th house you will find Moon debilitated, and at the same time it is being conjunct with Ketu. And you have to understand this thing, that when we talk about Ketu, Ketu is a planet of extremities. Ketu is a planet which is very critical, and at the same time Moon also represents masses. When we talk about the collective consciousness, when we talk about the masses, so for that we have to give attention to Moon and we have to give attention to the planet Saturn. So guys, not only his Saturn is weakly placed in the 6th house, because for the malefic planets their placement in the Trik Bhava is still considered as good, like even in the Upachya Bhav. But if it is weakly placed in an enemy sign, so that is not a very good sign. So as you can see over here that in his 6th house Saturn is placed in an enemy sign, and that too it is also conjunct with Venus as well. So I mean to say, even from the female camp he was not able to amass good support as well. And as you can see in his 7th house, so yes, the world sees him as a competitive person, as a fighter, as a warrior, but at the same time in the 10th house Moon debilitated and conjunct with Ketu, it means there was a time when people were so exasperated, people were so frustrated that they did not even want a sight of this person. And trust me, I'm not going to say anything about Joe Biden. So friends, I mean to say Joe Biden is definitely a deserving candidate, but the only thing which actually helped him win over his competition was people's hate against Donald Trump, which you can fairly see with the planetary alignments or the kind of planetary alignments which is getting formed in his Arudha chart. And not only that guys, when we talk about your homeland, when we talk about the sense of degree of patriotism, we give attention to your 4th house. So as you can see over here that in his Arudha chart, his sun is getting eclipsed with the presence of the Rahu in his 4th house only. So I mean to say his major criticism comes from his home turf, from his homeland only. So that is how you can see energies reverberating in any person's life or the contribution of the Arudha chart. So friends, after taking up the case of a badly afflicted public image, now we are going to take up the case of a positive and successfully projected personality in the form of the American billionaire Bill Gates chart. So to begin with, first we are going to have a look at his main ascendant chart. So as you can fairly see over here that he was born with the Cancer ascendant. The ascendant lord Moon has gone to the 9th house of luck, fortune, and it has gone to the sign of the Pisces. So guys, you have to understand this thing that Pisces is the originally 12th house energy, which is all about doing charities, which is all about doing donations. I mean to say he actually made use of his rightly accumulated wealth. As you can see, Jupiter well placed in his 2nd house of wealth, of assets, of financial income. So with a Moon being placed in the 9th house, he actually found solace in making use of his wealth in order to do it as a form of charities, make use of it for making donations for the upliftment of the society. So guys, that is a very cursory look at his main ascendant chart, but our today's discussion is about looking at his Arudha chart, looking at his public image. So just because his ascendant lord has gone to the 9th house, so all what you have to do is now you have to go from the 9th house and count 9 houses. So that is going to take you to the 5th house. So now what you have to do is that in the 5th house you can see the Scorpio sign. So you have to make Scorpio as the ascendant. Planets are going to stay in the same sign, and then you have to make the assessment. So guys, if you're going to do that, so guys, if you will start doing a assessment of his 7th house, or let's say for example the 10th house, because that chiefly tells about your public image. So guys, you have now Jupiter being very well placed in the 10th house. So that is going to actually give him this kind of public image where the native is going to be respected for his knowledge. Native is actually going to be respected for his contribution to the society. And friends, apart from his public image of a tech genius, of a tech savvy person, which you can fairly see with Mercury being exalted in the 11th house, he was being chiefly known in the world as a philanthropic, as a humanitarian. So you will see that in the 12th house, Saturn is exalted with a well placed Venus, and Sun is also going through the cancellation of debilitation in the 12th house, which chiefly tells about your charities only. So that is something friends which I wanted to tell you over here as a part of the contribution of the Arudha Lagan in determining our public image in the society. So friends, the takeaway is that Arudha chart just tells about your projected public image in the society, and the keywords or the specific areas to look at the Arudha chart is the 7th house and the 10th house. The planetary alignments over there, the planetary dignity over there is going to tell about what kind of image you're going to exude in the society or how the world is going to see you. So that is something which I wanted to share as a part of my contributions for the Arudha concept. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.